We're live. Are we live?
We're live. So I guess we just wait to see who's around. Reese was saying like we need to do like have a grace period. Yeah.
Hi, all you IWIMRA sisters out there in Facebook land. Tonight you've got me and my sister Christina. Sup, Christina?
Hi everyone. Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Spitting Yarns with Christina and Nicole. Reese, can you please give away? Real life happening here in this household. Yeah, we're in my house, your house. We're going live. Do you want to kick off, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I'd like to start off by recognizing the continuous connection of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples to their country. I'm Nicole, and I'm coming to you live from Darwin tonight, Larrakia country.
Awesome. And on that point, also, I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owner of the land which I broadcast to you today, the Cubby people, Sunshine Coast. I also recognise and acknowledge our elders past, present and emerging, and our our continuing connection to culture. So Nicole, straight off the bat, we have, you and I have we've known each other for a little bit now. We've gone through some really high highs and some really low lows. So could you, for all of our IWIMRA sisters, brothers, supporters, champions out there, share your story?
I'm a born and bred Territorian, and up until November 2019, could have definitely said I would never leave Darwin. My second ever overseas trip, and I flew into the Big Apple, New York City, and I can say in 10 years' time, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Rewind 20 years. I finished high school. Oh my God, was it that long ago? 20 years. I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my life. I took a traineeship with a local power company here in Darwin and sort of flitted around with no real direction. Until I got a job with a construction company here in Darwin. I was their junior dock controller on the wonderful convention centre site that we have at our Darwin waterfront. Really, really sparked my interest for building and construction. Did some further studies there, really enjoyed it, really enjoyed that sector of work life. And just rolled with it. You know, I was a young person. I still didn't know what I wanted to do, but thought, you know what, I'll do that. Finished up on that site, moved to another site with the same construction company. And I've sort of been in construction / oil and gas / resources ever since. I got to work on the world famous IWIMRA project in Darwin, starting with a subcontractor, a subcontractor, the EPC contractor, and then the client. So went through all phases of different levels of the same project, and actually got to see how it really, really functioned. So with subcontractor Lang O'Rourke, I did a lot of mobilization for them, but at the same time was able to use my influence as a local Indigenous person in Darwin to help with pre-employment programs and offer them up really good quality candidates and people that I thought would really, really benefit from it. So that package ended and I successfully won a job with JKC, which were the EPC contractor. Energy procurement construction contractor, where I did their cultural administration. So got to look at different employment opportunities, different business engagement opportunities. And again, that really sparked my interest for where I could sit within that team and what I could do for my people. I sat in a role where I could use my influence with all of the other subcontractors on site who had to commit to targets when they were awarded contracts. And it was a really good position to be in.
Wow.
Being able to, use my networks to make sure that people were getting jobs, people were being considered for pre-employment programs. Indigenous businesses were, first and foremost at the front of the subcontractors' eyes. So again, like I think I really excelled in that area, that industry, and over time my networks have grown and my passions have grown, and I finished up on that project and went to work for a local construction company here in Darwin. Better work-life balance. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. And now I'm with the Northern Land Council working with Indigenous rangers, which is just, for me, purely life-changing. If you'd asked me in October last year if I was lost in the bush, if I would have survived, my answer would have been no. 3 months with a group of rangers, and I could now identify where water was by looking at the colours of trees. What things I couldn't eat in the bush, and I quite comfortably think that I could survive now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
My journey. I get to do a lot of cool, exciting things, get to do and go to things, and on the side of that I've got my own business, so I do a lot of Indigenous engagement consulting in the NT, specifically with my passion, so young women and young kids in school. So helping to mold our future leaders, helping them to give them every opportunity that I've had, and making sure that those opportunities are available for them.
Beautiful. And I think just purely and simply like your experience alone, like just enabling, like speaking from that experience, like enabling that that experience to then, like you can, I guess, kind of mold and share your experiences with young Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander young women, even non-Indigenous women in your space, to say, hey, look, this was my experience, and then push it through.
It's a really good space to play in. Like last year, it would have happened this year, but COVID-19 happened. But last year I had the honour of going out to one of our prisons and speaking to some women that were incarcerated that were almost at release stage. So really giving them hope about, there is a better and brighter future for you. There's so many opportunities out there. There's so many support systems, so many networks, so many Indigenous women wanting Indigenous women to succeed. No matter where you're at in life, we're there, we're on a journey, we need to share it together, and we need to do it together.
Yeah, 100%. We've got our comments coming through thick and fast. So let's just shout out some of our people. Candy, you're here. Yeah, you are, Candy. You're here. Candy's in the house. Lily, what's up? Kaya, sister. Lovely to see you jumping on board. The beautiful Florence Drummond, as always. She's down, internet people, so Florence won't be back online until, I don't know, Florence time, whenever that will be.
When Indian connects to Perth.
Ginny girl, Kathy, my beautiful Ginny girl, love you, girl. You are inspirational, Kathy. You're an inspiration, and you are one of my nearest and dearest. I just want to say thank you for sharing. Thank you for jumping on in. We've got Narelle. Hey, sister. Amazing work. And their muscles. You are an inspiration, Nicole Brown, says Lisa, and yeah, absolutely. So to that point, so moving forward, my next question, what has been your experience juggling work as a single mother? You loudly and proudly share your life story, and you also share that you're a single mum. Please tell us a little bit about life like juggling as a single mum.
I am a single mum to the most amazing human being ever to grace this planet. I'm not biased at all.
Of course you're not.
An 8-year-old with an apple didn't fall far from the tree. And he's, out there achieving some amazing things. But look, that's a hard question. A turning point for me in my construction oil and gas journey was working on the world famous IWIMRA project, jumping on a bus at 6 a.m. every morning for 6 days a week for 4 years.
Yeah.
My turning point came, I think it was 2015. I was sitting on a bus at 6 a.m. crying my eyes out because I was about to miss my 4-year-old's first athletics carnival for preschool. I was devastated. He was devastated that his mummy wasn't going to be there for his first sports carnival. At 8 a.m. that morning, my resignation letter was written. I had nothing to go to.
No.
I chucked it out into the universe and prayed and hoped. I think I sent it out to about 80 different networks and had 10 job offers that afternoon. Work-life balance, it's a really, really hard one to juggle. I often feel guilty doing things and overcompensate by going on lots of cool holidays. But it's a hard one to navigate in the world, like coupled with my day job, my side hustle, my studies, the amount of boards I sit on. He is first and foremost at every decision I make as to what I can and can't do.
Definitely.
In 20 years' time, I want him to be able to Google my name and go, hey, my mum was so cool. She was this, and this. But again, I've got to be realistic. I understand that I've got, some great support here in Darwin that I can call upon. But at the same time, I've got parameters. I don't want to be burnt out. Up until COVID-19, I knew what I was doing every day for the next 3 months. So COVID-19 threw me. I didn't know what I was doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard for me to get my head around what life looks like now, what life looks like post-COVID-19. Where do we all fit into the world? So for the last 6 weeks, I've been Miss Brown, aka teacher, tuck shop lady, principal, librarian for 3 hours in the morning. 12 o'clock, I would switch jobs and I would be in my day job for the next 5 hours. 5 o'clock would come and I would be in my side hustle job for 2 hours. So this has been, an eye-opener for me. I was actually really glad to go back to work.
School work.
The past 6 weeks have been 7 days in your house, and those 7 days felt like the same day in, day out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a life changer. So, look, my experience is that you can have it all, but you've got to be selective in what you do. I like to feel that my life is pretty well complete right now, pretty on par with where I want to be at the age that I'm at. I've started setting a 5-year goal and a 10-year goal. I've recently enrolled to do a Bachelor of Business with Charles Darwin University with ambitions to be an Australian diplomat in New York in 2030.
Because we know what's up.
You will see me there. You will be visiting me there every March.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. And on that point, like, single mums, like, for a period of time, I was a single mum, so I can, speak from that experience. But, like from day dot, like, being a single mum and just hustling straight through, we do have a lot, like, and that transcends culture, colour. It just goes throughout society.
It does, yeah. It really does. I've had to reassess and find balance and reassess in a good ways. I was on holidays in the US with my family, found myself at 3 a.m. on Zoom calls back to Australia, or 3 a.m. doing work with people in Australia because that's what I do.
Definitely.
But I still got up after that and went to Disneyland and went ice skating because that's what you do. That's what you do. And that's the sacrifices, no matter how tired you are, that's the sacrifices that you make for your family. So I look at it that, yes, I do work really, really hard, but it affords us the opportunity to travel to so many different amazing places whenever we want. At the drop of a hat, if we want to go somewhere, we will. And it's because, mum's put in the hard yards and son wants to be a billionaire and have a plane in 20 years' time, so mum has to make that happen.
That's so true. Here, yarn some of them entrepreneurial skills, you know, to our viewers that Josh does. Like, how does it? What kind of a hustle are we talking about? Where's his headspace? Yarn us some.
While you're here, do you want to jump in and just say hi to Mrs. Doyle's on here? You can say hi to Miss Doyle.
Hi, Josh. It's Mrs. Doyle over here.
Say hi, Mrs. Doyle. She's on the thing as well.
Don't be shy. You're not shy.
I pulled the lolly out of his mouth. Anyway, I have the greatest little 8-year-old who is a maniac when it comes to recycling cans.
Yeah.
Who is just so cool. Who just wants to travel the world and see things, and was absolutely gutted that he couldn't go to New York, London, and Paris, because that's what you do when you're 8.
Of course, it's what you do.
Oh, look, honestly, that's my reason to get up every morning.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would be doing as much as I'm doing. Like I said, I want him to Google me and go, Mum was so cool. She did all these things.
Yeah.
And I want it to be an example for him and an example for, you know, his friends and for other young people in the community to want as much as they want. You know, anything is possible if you want it and you want it enough to make it happen. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What do we got? We're getting some comments here through thick and fast. Yeah. What
did they say? Why did I take the lolly out of my son's mouth?
So here, we got, hey, Flo's joined us. Flo is on board.
Get into this.
Somewhere in internet land, Flo's jumped on board. So, Joy, thank you, Deadly, love heart, sister. Here, Flo, typical Flo. How yous go? Love you people, XOXO. Candy, love everything that our women are doing with IWIMRA, and you also, sister, sharing your amazing stories. On your little Josh. Josh has even got comments and he only made an appearance for 2 seconds.
Maybe he's in the other room commenting.
That's great. Lily, what's Lily saying? So, single mum hustle sister right here, hearing you loud and clear. What an amazing woman and mother you are. And I completely 100% I support and honor that, what Lily says also.
My kid comes everywhere with me.
Oh my gosh.
It's no show without Josh. Josh is on the seat next to me in the plane wherever I go. I could be going to Brisbane for a planning weekend, and Josh is right next to me.
That's exactly right.
But that's what you've got to do. Like, there's so many times when he's at meetings with me and it doesn't faze him. You know, as long as I've got his food ready or his iPad going, he's not fussed. He's so chilled. And I think that's what makes being able to do what I do so easy. I do, you know, have regrets for taking him, but at the same time, if I don't, you know, I'm not doing what I'm doing. I can't make things possible. And it's amazing because at the same time, he's learning all of this stuff, you know. I have taken him to so many amount of meetings. He came to me about 2 months ago and he goes to me, Mum, I want to run a Beyblade competition. And I said, well, what do you need for all of that? Well, I need a venue and I need to make a flyer and I need an email address for people to register and I need public liability insurance. I'm like, true.
Why is it about public liability? Well, how?
I don't know. Must be too much watching what I'm doing. So we sat there, we made a checklist for his event because he was project managing that event. We found a venue, we made a flyer, he distributed it, he checked out all the rules, he had people donating prizes.
Definitely.
Like, this little freak is just amazing. And I just think, you know, us, you know, yes, we're their mothers, but we're their role models. We're the people that they look to for guidance, love, support as the number one. If we're not setting a good example for them, if we're not doing right by society, you know, that's what they're going to see as being normal.
Oh, absolutely. I completely 100% agree. We've still got some comments coming through thick and fast. Joshua George, male champion for change. Sisters, praise sisters. We've got Florence. Hang on. We have someone special in the house. We have Brian Dowd. So I just would like to actually give a shout out to Brian and Shelley from Walkabout Barber, because I am proudly wearing my Walkabout Barber black hoodie. Just wanted to, hang on, I just need to get up off my Esky.
WB represent.
Can you see it? Can you see it? Walkabout Barber represent in the house. So I love and support what Brian and the fellas do with Walkabout Barber. He does some absolutely amazing work, and what he does is, and not long ago he had a segment on a current affair. I'm sure, Brian, was it a current affair? I'm pretty sure it was. Just sharing the experience through mainstream media about what he does and what children do to talk about, you know, trauma, intergenerational trauma, with all of our, you know, young fellas, even our old fellas, and just sharing a yarn and sharing his amazing story. So shout out to Brian and Shelley for Walkabout Barber. Check out Walkabout Barber Enterprise. He's got merchandise. This also comes in a tan colour, so please feel free to just jump on board and support Brian and the Walkabout Barber movement. So what else?
That's my amazing little human there.
Hello, everybody.
It's in the drink holder of the I had to get him to appear live because he was looking for something in the fridge.
Oh, lovely.
See, we've got to have our kids right next to us.
Absolutely. Motherhood doesn't stop. So, and also too, like, so on that point, so whilst you're doing all that amazing work, who are your support systems?
A shout out to my mama bear. I don't know if you're watching tonight, but this is not possible without you. I've got some really amazing supporters in my life, like just amazing people. My mum, my dad, my two sisters, like a family, number one. But even the bigger networks as well. So, you know, school, I had an amazing chat with his teacher this afternoon about how do I help to navigate his future, you know, being the person that I am, the planner that I am. What can I do over the next 3 terms to make sure he successfully completes grade 3? Because that's what you do as a mum. So drawing on my experience from everything that I do in my work and my life, I have come up with a plan to have a couple of different things introduced to his class at school, going to do some cultural activities with his school, in the hopes of him developing more and him having some pride in his culture and sharing that with his classmates. Extended support networks, everyone that I work with, everyone, you know, that is around me are either a supporter of me, a supporter of my family, know my family situation, are so flexible with things that I do. You know, my workplace is amazing in the flexibility they offer to be able to, you know, do the school drop-offs, go early on days when he needs to go to tutoring. Everybody in my life make it worthwhile. Everyone is there for a reason and add value to my life and are just amazing people. You know, you, Flo, Candy, the ladies that I work with day in, day out, I know that I can count on you guys for, you know, to be critical, to provide me with great advice, to ask questions to, you know, when I'm having a bad day, just to whine and have a whinge, and I know that I'm not going to be judged. That helps, and that helps with life. And I think it also is shaping my journey as well. Like, I'm being introduced to so many new amazing men and women who all have a journey as well. And just being able to absorb them and absorb their energy. It's infectious. You know, people's enthusiasm for life. And that's what I get up in the morning and I go, you know, I've got it good. I am happy. I want to share my happiness with everybody. I want people to feel what I'm feeling. I want people to dream and be motivated and be happy and know that there's hope for a better, brighter future. So I think IWIMRA is such a great support network of amazing women from around Australia that, you know, I could be doing work for someone and I might not know something, but one of you do. You know, it's IWIMRA all the way. And the fact that we have this opportunity in this platform to be able to take so many other women along for this journey, you know, that's what draws me to it every single day. The journeys, the things that we are able to make happen through our networks and our connections and our sisterhood. And look, just, yeah, I think I've strategically aligned myself with so many great, inspiring, empowering men, women, children, because they're like me. I seem to gravitate towards, you know, people that are like me.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah. I definitely echo your point on like we do have a lot of support systems, and you know, especially black fellas, like we you know, have so many support mechanisms that we can call upon. Then again, some of us don't have a lot of support mechanisms for whatever reasons. But what I do know is that myself, being a part of IWIMRA, being one of the core IWIMRA drivers, I used to have, like 12 months ago, I had this feeling of, but I don't work in, you know, the mining and resources sector. But what I've kind of come to realize is that since traveling overseas and since, you know, like talking, you know, throughout communities, is that I don't need to work in the mining and resources sector. All I need to, you know, all I need to do is just be able to drive our people forward and have women and men and just drive my conversations and my shared experience that I've gathered throughout my 35 years, you know, like walking, you know, through my journey, is just sharing and having that support network and being able to support others who, you know, like who I come in contact with, and just share yarn. And so, I completely echo what you're saying.
I feel like it gives me goosebumps sometimes. Like we are on this really solid journey. Like we're on a train and we're moving at, you know, the fastest pace possible. And we're just grabbing all the sisters and brothers and dragging them on board and going, hey, you want to be part of this journey? You know, we are solid. We've got so many cool things happening and we want to bring you along for the ride. We want you to experience everything that we're experiencing. And the support is number one. You know, IWIMRA is so supportive of each and every one of us. It's our time to shine as Indigenous people and showcase who we are and what we can do and where we fit into society.
100%.
Such a good platform for this voice, this advocacy, this, you know, this fight, this resilience, this everything for Indigenous people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll just take a moment to shout out to, I get so emotional sometimes, but I'll just kind of park that for a second. But just to shout out to all of our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, all of our mob in communities, missions communities, remote communities. Just want to shout out and say that we see you and we love you fellas so much. We love that what we love what you fellas are doing, you know, in community, and you're not alone. And IWIMRA is here, like we are here to, you know, to share your fellas' yarns. And you know, that goes for single mums and single dads. You know, like we love our single dads. You know, supporting and breaking that cycle of intergenerational trauma or whatever it may look like for them. So just a massive shout out to all of our people. And Narelle says,
"Straight question."
Yes, that's how we roll. Sorry, I'll just get this in my box now. Did I interrupt? I'm sorry. Did I interrupt?
No,
you're good. So
you're checking them chat questions.
Hang on, it's coming through thick and fast. I've got to have one eye on the questions, one eye on my camera. Hold on. Okay, so what do we got? Okay. Oh, KJ's in the house. Sorry, KJ's baby asleep. Proactive parenting, love it, and love it. we can't be ashamed to have those convos with our mobs. Teachers and end goals is seeing them succeed and enriching our mobs. Absolutely, 100%. Candy writes in, says that's how we need to be with each other, continuously providing support, encouraging and challenge what we are doing in life. Completely agree. Who else we got?
That's a good one, Candy. I was at a forum in February and we were doing a yarning circle and someone brought up this really good thing and it really resonated with me. I left there and I felt really like fulfilled.
Yeah.
A group of Indigenous people, we've got to have each other's backs. If we are fighting each other and we've got cracks in our circle, it leaves us open for attack from outsiders. So, you know, if we are more united together, standing strong, supporting one another, we're a force to be reckoned with.
Completely agree. Who else we got? We've got Letitia Faye, sister, empowering our mod 200%. Yeah, we know you're on the journey as well. We see you. Who else we got? Flo, we got these sisters and our brother boy male champions for change, 100%. Sam also writes in, it's awesome to see you girls working. I'm a single dad with 3 children as I do share care week on week off for nearly 8 years. Oh, congratulations, brother. I'm lucky shout out. I'm lucky that I have a beautiful sister, Rebecca. Oh, that's been my support for 8 years. As does the school run and drop-offs and pickups. I'm so blessed. Big shout out to Sister Rebecca for supporting Sam. And that makes my heart feel so full just knowing that, hey Josh, that we've got, you know, like sisters and brothers like just helping to do what we need to do to raise our, you know, our little boys. Oh, so much love in the room, you fellas.
What are we up to now, sister?
So we've got Sam. Love your words of encouragement. I'm blessed as my work is flexible to allow me to spend time with my children as school sports and any social gatherings. Oh, beautiful.
That's so good.
Okay, so leading up to that further moving forward, with all that amazingness, support mechanisms, what keeps you going?
Pure adrenaline IV to my veins. I don't know. The drive to continue the conversation, the drive to make more opportunities available to Indigenous men and women, the drive to create more opportunities for Indigenous business, to use my networks and influence to get more Indigenous people into jobs,
100%.
to use my advocacy to sit around tables to make sure businesses are saying what they are doing, what they're going to do, not just saying what they're going to do, and holding them accountable to things they identify in reconciliation action plans or to things they put in media releases. Hey, it's on public record. You said that, now make sure you do it. Every decision I make, and I look at the benefits to my people. First and foremost, how does this benefit Indigenous people? How can, you know, my brothers and sisters be in a better position because of this? So I think that's a really good key driver. Family, yes, but wanting to better myself as well. I think as Indigenous people, we're so humble. We don't like to put ourselves out there. Back in 2015, I had the honor of being a judge on the Women in Resources National Awards, which were held in Tasmania. I think I got to read about 170 different nominations from, you know, around Australia for, I think, 7 categories. And I sat there with a highlighter going through them and going, oh my God, I want to do this. I want to do that. This is so cool. So forever upskilling myself to make sure that I am respected and well regarded enough to sit around tables with big companies and big corporations and have them listen to what I have to say, because what I have to say will benefit my people. You know, it is amazing the space that we play in. Like you said, you know, you're not from a mining and resources background. I'm no longer from a mining and resources background, but the shared learnings that we have over our 35 years is just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, we have so much constructive feedback to be able to contribute to conversations, no matter what sector you work in. Be proud, be loud, be out there, and, you know, people will want to engage. I was really fortunate to have sat an interviewer. When was it? It might have been January. I was successful in gaining a place on a global executive leadership program. I'm sitting in the interview. I know, I would have been in London last month studying at Google. I am devastated, Rhoda. You need to get. But, you know, we just need to put ourselves out there for things like that. Throw it out into the universe and see what happens. Because if you don't, you just don't know. 100%. You're never going to, you know, you could be sitting at home going, I should do this and I should do that. But just do it.
Yeah.
No, just do it. Think about it later. Talk to one of us. Get us to help you. There's so many amazing awards that you can be applying for. There's so many amazing scholarships and opportunities that you could apply for as Indigenous men and women. And if you need a helping hand, just ask. You know, we're all there and we all want each and every one of us to succeed. Absolutely. No jealousy, no nothing. You know, if you want it hard enough, chase it.
Each other.
Yeah, so I think that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
You know, bettering myself, bettering opportunities for my people, bettering opportunities for my family situation. It's just such a beautiful, holistic approach to life.
Wow, that's very philosophical. Very philosophical. Wow.
Hold on, wait. Let me close my motivational quotes down. Wait, the Google tab's open. You know when you've got too many tabs open in your head?
Yeah, I saw you post that not long ago. That's funny.
So tabs open.
And just a shout out there to anyone, if anyone does know of any mob out there, or, you know, like on your, you know, Murray Grapevine, you know, Corey Grapevine or whatnot, if you know someone that needs like assistance, or kind of like a bit of like, just to kind of like unpack and just chat with someone that's in the know-how. Nicole is that know-how. We will connect.
And I really love to talk.
So so feel free to just this is like we're accessible 24/7. We have our IWIMRA Facebook page. We all have our LinkedIn profile. Some of us are more active than others. Nicole's the most active, then Flo, then me. I'm not active at all.
Drop us a line.
Drop us a line. Feel free just to drop us a
line. So approachable, and again, we want to see other Indigenous men and women succeed. Don't feel shame. You know, it's such a good time to be Indigenous people.
Yeah, 100%. Most definitely. And so moving forward, so what advice, Nicole, would you give to mothers, more so single mothers, you know, single fathers out there doing it day in, day out? Right in the
Make sure you've got a treatment for insomnia.
Hallelujah. First, everyone.
That's me. And I don't drink coffee. Lists. I live by lists.
Yeah.
Really trying to plan, and, like, you know, I'm only a mum of one. Christy, you're a mum of three. Like, you know, how do we make it happen? We just do it. We make it happen. You know, first and foremost is my number one, Joshua. You know, what is going on in his life, work life, home life, you know, everything else sort of falls behind, and we make it happen. But, you know, mums out there, if you've got the right support systems in place and you're wanting to venture back into the workforce, say after kids, go for it. Go for it. Use the sisterhood. Use your, you know, your fellow Indigenous women to bounce ideas off. Get on the phone, yarn. If you're having a bad day, like, I won't say that my life is perfect. I have a child with ADHD, and it is a struggle day in, day out. Some days are good, some days are bad. I get in my car after I do the school drop-offs. I'll cry for 5 minutes, and I will pick myself up and get into work, because that's what we've got to do. I have so many amazing women around me that I can ring on a bad day and go, I've had a really, really crap day. I just need to talk. And we're here. We're that ear. I know I'm forever on the phone. I think before this I had about 5 phone calls. And then I had to send a text message out to my family going, don't call me for an hour, because they were calling. Put yourself out there. Know that you can achieve. Take every opportunity that comes your way. Look at different study options. For me, I have one child. At the drop of a hat, we can jump on a plane because I have one child. I'm scared that if I have more children, that won't be possible. Definitely. I can't jump on a plane and go to New York just because. I don't think I'll have any more children. I'm very lucky that I've got one amazing one. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Talk to your employers if you're having difficulties. Make it known to them if you're having difficulties, because they may not know about your family situation. Lean on one another. Just be resilient, be strong, be role models for your kids. We are, like I said, the first people that they see when they wake up in the morning. They need to know that their mums have their shit together. Their mums have it handled, because they've got so much else going on in their little lives that guaranteed mum is that safe space. So, yeah, I think that's kind of it for me. Just staying strong, admitting that there are good days and that there are bad days, but finding ways to cope with them.
For sure. No, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And just to that point, my childhood sister, all-time favorite, Jamie Carpenter's in the house. Thank you, Sister Jamie. Love you so much. She's got an amazing comment. I'll just read it out. If you love lists and love being super organized, check out NFP Connect Diaries. They're great for setting and breaking them into lists. Haven't seen that, but I'm definitely going to jump on board, because
write that address down for me, because I can't see it.
Yeah, will do. Absolutely. I'll have to share that. So yeah, thanks Jamie for sharing that. That's see, look, connecting and we're Facebook Live, and
thanks Jamie.
It just happens. I think Jamie's down, Jamie's in the Newcastle area, I think, along with Walkabout Barber, in the area of Walkabout Barber. So yeah, beautiful country, beautiful part of the country. So yeah, well, moving along, you've already shared, and you've already touched on some of your passions. Is there anything else that you didn't unpack about, like sharing, and being like a role model and stuff? Do you have any other?
Well, I guess aside from our brothers and sisters, my biggest passion is our future leaders. They are the leaders of tomorrow. We're creating such a powerful journey that if we don't equip them with that knowledge now of what we're doing, they're the ones that have to continue that journey. So, being able to expose youth to so many different aspects of life at such an early age. I have the opportunity through my side hustle to go out to young schools and talk to kids about entrepreneurship. I was really lucky, and actually ended up crying in a session in March. I was at a school here in Darwin, and it was a school with remote lodging young people, so years, 10, 11 and 12. Their literacy and numeracy levels were of years 4 and 5. So I've been working with them a bit, and went into that session, and we didn't know what to look for, didn't know what info we were going to gain out of them. I choked up at the end of that workshop, and when I was thanking them for participating they just got it. They got what it was. Entrepreneurship, young Indigenous remote kids. And, they were telling me that they are the subject matter experts of art and culture. No, nobody else. That's their thing. So,
Exactly.
for them, entrepreneurship looked like that, being able to create art, to be able to do cultural tours on their own country when they finish school. How there's not a lot of jobs out in remote communities. So what can we look and what can we invest in right now for young people so that when they do return to country, there's more options available? And they got it. There was one that wanted to buy an ice cream truck and drive around his community selling ice creams.
That's
Um,
amazing.
one that wanted to be a tourist operator, one that wanted to harvest fish. And, it is stuff that happens already, but not in every community. So
Yeah.
being able to identify that, and now the work that I'm doing is involving leaders within those communities now to champion for these young people, to create opportunities for them when they're coming back for their school breaks to do work experience at the shop, or
Wow.
to do some stuff with their night patrollers or with their police. So they've
So
identified that they want to succeed. So how can we now equip them with the skills and knowledge and make sure that they're absorbing all of this amazing stuff from role models within their community to make sure that they do succeed? So yeah, two passions: women and young people.
that's, yeah, in a nutshell, women, young people. I love it.
Yeah.
Here, yarn me now. Let's kind of forget questions, okay? Because I'm conscious we've only got 15,
I
15.
want to know all about Peru, man. You were talking about Peru earlier and your trip over
Yeah.
to Peru. I wasn't with you on that journey, but I lived through your photos.
Oh my gosh! And there were so many photos that I didn't put up on my Facebook page, but yeah. So Peru, Chile, Colombia. Where else? Everywhere else. Chile, Florence, myself, and the beautiful Janaea Winmar were able to attend. This had come out of a conversation 12 months ago after IMARC. After IMARC, we had dinner at a Peruvian restaurant in Melbourne, and we said we're going to go to Latin America. We're going to Peru. We're going to Peru. This is how we carried on the restaurant. And yeah, lo and behold, there was an opportunity that came up that we were able to go. Thanks to Professor Martin Layton. And we were able to go and represent IWIMRA, speak and yarn about Indigenous women, social inclusion, and gender equality within Latin America and what that currently looks like. The reception over there, we were hosted by DFAT, and that was an amazing experience. Like, who drives around? What Murray ones or black fellas drive around in armored cars and have security detail
Queens.
rolling around? Who meets presidents and vice presidents of countries? But yeah, we were able to. Yeah, we're going to Peru. That's exactly right, Flo. We're going to Peru. Yeah, we were able to do that and share so many different intersectionalities within Latin America that we were able to cover. So much more yet to cover. But the reception was amazing. So many people loved hearing what IWIMRA is currently doing, what we currently have in the pipeline, and how it can enable Indigenous people in America to move forward with gender equality, social inclusion, within their. I cannot read comments and talk at the same time. So yeah. Trying to muck me up. Yeah, so have Indigenous women move forward. So we spoke to governments, private sector, and NGOs. We were, we were busting from 6:30, 5:30 a.m. till about 10:30, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Just meeting, reading, breakfast, lunch, dinners, hosting events, being a part of events. And just having an amazing experience and sharing what IWIMRA does within Australia, and how that can, I don't know, like how we can kind of connect the dots between Indigenous Australia and Indigenous women, Indigenous communities in Latin America. So there's stuff in the pipeline regarding Latin America, Peru, in particular, as a bit of a base. So, Flo, can we lift the lid or not quite lift the lid just yet? Yeah, should I want to message through now? Yeah, so there's a few things in the pipeline. We'll kind of keep it a little bit vague. But yeah, definitely Latin America's kind of going to be like a okay, so we want to bring more mob with us to Latin America. This is true. This is what's going to be happening. Kind of keep it vague, but yeah, in the pipeline, things are happening in Latin America. And we're going to be sending a call out to many, many more Indigenous women and men within our industries and our community in particular. So yeah, that's kind of IWIMRA Latin America leg in a nutshell. More so, Nicole, let's
just
talk.
take me to the Amazon.
Here, funny story. So I was, how do I get it in a nutshell? Anyways, this one got dressed up, get real fancy in there. Lily, yeah, you're there. Lily's there. Yeah, so Latin America. I was in Peru at a breakfast. I think it was a breakfast. Yeah, it was a breakfast. Bit of a breakfast meet and greet with Peru's most influential people, government, private sector, the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trading staff, the ambassador to Peru, and met this lady, amazing women. And yeah, lo and behold, after 5 minutes with conversing through our Spanish translator, one of the ladies was able to, or she actually gifted me like a big vacuum seal packet of cured pork, and they only give that pork to like special guests and people in the heads of their tribes and stuff. And she gifted the pork. Here, well, how Florence wants to come over 2 minutes after that, just real growly ways because I got a thing of pork and she don't got pork. And she says, "Where's my and we're here yarning up, photos of us and our pork. I think there's a couple of photos floating around Facebook of our Amazonian pork. And they wanted to take us up to the Amazon and share our stories and share our yarns with all the Indigenous women throughout the Amazon. So it is definitely going to. Oh my! This is. That's only one.
I reckon mine's better.
Of a few more. Yeah, it's there's biggest lot of yarns. IWIMRA is crazy, FYI, as everyone probably knows. But Nicole, would you like to, moving on from me, do you want to share United Nations New York since it's such your passion?
God, New York, take me to New York. Oh my God, bloody Auntie Rona. We would have been in New York.
We were there for those
6 weeks ago. I would have been there. I'm going to move there in 10 years. Anyway, a part of me died not taking everybody to New York. But this year we would have had 21 ladies going with us to New York. Next year we're going to have 200. I challenge you. We will have 200 going to New York. New York will not know what hit them. They'll be like, who are these badass bleep?
But how amazing is that, hey?
Oh, like the epitome of everything. 11,000 women from around the world converging in one place to talk about every issue faced by women you could imagine. Oh, yeah. Like, I'm lost for words. It was, again, we had so much planned this year that we're already planning for next year. We haven't stopped. Yeah. We had so much leading up to us going. It was a little bit heartbreaking that it didn't happen, but it also gave us time to reassess revisit and look at taking a lot more over on the journey. Again, like I said, we're on this train that's just traveling so fast, and we're just trying to pull all these like-minded men and women on. So if we have the opportunity to take more next year, we're going to make it happen. You know this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Narelle's bag's already packed. Here, I'm coming. Bags are packed. Boom. Say no more.
Oh, sis, mine are too. I didn't unpack my bags.
That's how we do. Hashtag Big Club 200 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women, men champion for change, and also too bringing across not just closing that that opportunity out to Indigenous professionals, bringing along like women, like mums, single dads with their babies.
That's amazing. Like we've started looking at how we can make this opportunity more family friendly, because we can't discount a woman who cannot travel because she's got nobody at home, no support system to look after her children. We want that conversation. We want her learnings. We want her journey. We want her to explore and grow with us over there with those opportunities. So we're investigating options at the moment to take the children to look at ways that we can have facilities over there to be able to look after the kids while the mums are out doing stuff and exploring and attending sessions and forums. Because as I said, as mums and as the young kids in our families, they look to us for guidance and support. If they can see us achieving, what's not to say they're going to be the next, I don't know, Amal Clooney or Justin Trudeau or, Nova Paris.
Definitely.
There's just so much that they absorb at that young age that we make possible.
100%. Just bringing about and having those kids there, exposing them to that international global scale. It just brings about that generational change, because when we so passionately, like, mum, here are 3 boys, one laying up, belly up here on the couch right next to me. But we talk about, who are we doing it for? Like, we're doing it for our babies.
Yeah.
So if we're not doing it for them,
with them,
we're doing it with them. Bringing them on the journey, because they're going to be our, playmakers and our change makers.
It was really funny. We took a family holiday to the US last year, and I think my child came back a changed person just from seeing what was out there in the wild world. He's 8, and I think he matured. I think he came back. His eyes were open as to what's out there, and he believes he can be someone. He might be the CEO of a recycling company in 5 years' time with his 10-cent can collection.
100%.
But
we've got Sister DNL and Mac in the house. So good to see and hear the amazing things IWIMRA are getting up to. Too deadly. Oh, big love hearts. Thank you, Dee. Love you so much. Catch up with you soon. Yeah, I've still got your
Lily,
purse.
my bag. Lily, my bags are empty for shopping too. Try stuff it all in one bag. I think we went over with 10 and came back with 15. That was a family of 6.
Well, how are we straight to thinking about shopping? Are we going to be talking about the United Nations, you fellas? See, look at these ones. My bags are empty. At home. Well, how?
This year was going to be amazing. So we, had planned so many other things that we were going to do aside from the UN stuff. So we missed out on week 1's cultural festivities. So we went and planned our own. We were going to travel 2 hours out of Manhattan to Lenape country and actually do a traditional welcoming ceremony with the Lenape people. Painting them up in our paints and then having them paint us up as well. Exchanging books with the kids. So that was going to be amazing. We'd planned to do construction site tours. Oh, look, I had women that were traveling with me from the Northern Territory who had to go and get a passport. I was so gutted telling them that we couldn't go, but it's given everyone a year to reflect, to save, to be able to think about what they want to do when they go over. Hopefully we can go over for longer next year if Auntie Rona's gone by then.
2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks in the US of A.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. It's
it
what
will be
it's
amazing.
experience. And yeah, and on that point, we do have a lot of that back end work that's kind of currently already happening, regardless of whatever happens with what's it called, the flight travel ban or something. Like, you know, if regardless
Yeah.
of the travel ban, you know, like IWIMRA, like we're still here and we're going to be pumping. Well, we talk pretty much every day anyway, so we'll still be here pumping those back wheels, you know, in the background. So yeah, watch this space. IWIMRA has got some pretty crazy things happening.
All right, my soul sister, I need to get going. I got to put a
Yeah.
child to bed. You know, them luxuries of being a mum. Yeah, it's
100%.
31 minutes past bedtime, so you got an extra 31 minutes tonight.
Excited. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Be back tomorrow with hopefully Flo on board, and we'll see how we go. But until then, everyone stay safe, stay deadly, and be kind to yourself, and we'll definitely talk soon. Love you, fellas.
Peace out, peeps.